I am back after what was like an hour and a half, maybe, of being away. Yeah, about an hour and a half of being away sounds about right, but no, I am back with another Nexus Gaming Series cast. Apparently a burp as well. Sorry about that, I just had lunch at... Okay, to be fair, I say I just had lunch. It was 2:30 PM for me by the time I had it, so we're definitely getting into the later stages of the day to have lunch, but... Yeah. Why is someone asking me why lime? Keep it clean. I'll try. I keep things as clean as I can. I do sometimes swear, but I am more often than not better at not swearing nowadays. Let's go PRA, but also Velk. Yeah. Also. Yeah, hopefully you're feeling better as well, Velk, I do have to say. But hopefully your family is recovering slowly but surely from your recent loss, but... No, but yeah, just hopefully they are feeling better from the loss. However, we do have a game on our hands of C West. That is it's going to be a good game. CCS facing off against PRA. Two more long-standing... Orcs, Phoenix Rising being something, but I think they're with someone else now, and Counterpick Stupid, CCS being the org itself. Someone's asking me the backstory of Lime, but that is a longer story of why there's Lime in the bus. But no, we will not quite go back. That was lunch. I made myself some burgers. Some chicken burgers. Well, I guess some people call it chicken sandwiches, but I call them chicken burgers, to be fair. But yeah, no, it was a needed lunch. I was very hungry by that point, so yeah, I just got that one down. It was good. It was good. It was tasty. But in terms of everything, we do see that it is going to be Counterpick Stupid who has first pick. So map pick and coin toss were, well, I should say Phoenix Rising Amethyst won the coin toss. They did go with map pick. So we see in order of bands that went the Garden of Terror, stare at it. Cursed Hollow. Then the Dragonshire. And then rounding things out is Braxis. So my three favorite maps are all banned. Love it. Live it, laugh it, love it. So that's a wonderful time. But no, we do see, what else is here? That map pick was going to be Tomb of the Spider Queen, which I'm a big fan of Tomb of the Spider Queen. No, that's a lie, I'm not. Tomb of a Spider Queen makes me just kind of cry on the inside. I am definitely not the biggest person. Maybe it's just because I'm bad at the map. That may be a contributing factor as to why I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not the best at it. I try my best, but I'm not the best at it. Right, who? Dane messaged me. Okay, it's you. That's fair. That's fair, that's fair. Right. But hopefully we should be getting into it soon enough. I'm looking forward to this. These are names that have been around NGS for a while. So you have, well, Valkymer, Wit's End, Unicycle Yay. I've kind of recognized those names around. And then, what, Eternal Blue, Little? I think it's a Little Barrister? I think so. Yeah, those names are also recognized. I do vaguely recognize things like Gingy Boy and Steph with an F, but definitely far less than the others. But I'm also really bad with names, so I hope the teams can forgive me about that. Okay, who is messaging me? So I hope the teams can forgive me about that one. But it looks like both teams are ready, so we should be starting up, hopefully, in a few moments. And I'm very interested to see what these teams can bring to the table. I know Valkymer has good tank play. I know there's great healer play from Little Barrister. But it looks like both these teams, instead of wanting to play, are just having a catch-up in chat. A lot of jokes about not jokes, but a lot of things about Utah. A lot of mentions about Utah. And as someone not from America, or even Utah, specifically, I have no clue what's going on. Steph with a PH. No. I know that can make an F sound, but I'm going to read it phonetically. I'm going to read it as I can see it. Steph has a PhD. What would it be in? I don't know. English. Let's go with that. Okay. The teams are just more happy having a catch-up than playing the game at this point. So I'm just going to have a drink Whistle, welcome everyone. Hope everyone is doing... Okay, no. Never counting down. But hope everyone in chat is doing well today. Mainski, McGiblets, Crizzo, Gossamer, hi to you all. Hope you're all doing well. And anyone lurking, that is also very much fine. I appreciate any lurkers as well. Chris... Do I have a favorite team? Do I have... That's a very good question if I have a favorite team. I don't know if I do quite at the moment. I do have people I like in a lot of teams. I have quite a few friends in a lot of teams, so I don't have a single favorite team. Maybe Heavy Greg, but I used to be on that team. But we can circle back to that as we are in the draft now. Actually, no, I'll quickly say I'm still friends with all the people on that team. That's why that may be my favorite team, but I don't have any individual favorite team that stands out above necessarily any other. Bunker fun time lurking. You know what? That is perfectly fine. I'm perfectly happy with people lurking, as I have said before, and I will continue to say numerous times. However, looking at things, we are going to get into the first ban. What shall we see? It is going to be Anduin, is my guess. Oh, he's sometimes good at what he does. He is sometimes good at what he does, folks. What else would there be? Garrosh. Yep. Decent wall. Not the best map for Garrosh, considering there are quite a few waves around. A few team crushes, but nothing serious. You know what? That's a fair point. Is there any teams I have a crush on? That's a very different question. The answer is probably no. I don't recall everyone who plays in the NGS, and I don't recall all the teams. There are definitely team names I do like, however, I don't know the players on. What do we see now is a question in terms of bans. Leoric, the spooky ghost man, is gone. So what will be the fourth ban? Is going to come a question. Varian. So we're removing a lot of the tank pool, so we're going to have to see a tank pick. I imagine we see a tank pick in the first three for can't counterpick stupid at this point. Just because we see the tank pool quickly being targeted down, I don't think Velcomer would necessarily want to be that cornered into having to pick one. Who do you think will win most kills? That... Okay, Chris. What? It's hard to say at this point. I'd have to see what comes up. But we see Joanna's picked up first by Velcomer. Very safe first pick. Similarly, Brightwing, Tychus, both pretty safe first picks. It's a little bit harder for Tychus with Joanna existing, because Joanna can just wait to see the minigun go, no, and shine the flashlight at them. Weird bans. I don't think they are. I think it's a very targeted bans onto can't counterpick stupid. I think they're just trying to choke out Velcomer, trying to make sure they can't get any kind of blow-up style compositions. I think that's why, I think the Varian was reactive to the Anduin ban. So, oh, maybe they want to go blow up. Anduin is really good at cancelling blow up. Varian is probably the correct choice. And yeah, I know Velcomer does play it from time to time. I do like Hogger and Junkrat pickups. They are both, hey, look, no worries. It's just I've got to try click things, but you're trying to speak it, and I greatly appreciate it, because I know if I was trying to speak any other language, I am not the greatest. I have some Te Reo Māori in me, but not many people will know that language either, just because it is a very New Zealand-centric language, and not many other people know it, is probably the easiest way to put it. So I can go kia ora, but we are going to get into, like, Māori, which is not quite as understandable for everyone as much as I would like to try cast like that. It's not the easiest for me, but we see Whitemane banned out. It's probably makes me know, and Anubarak. So a lot of tank bans. Unfortunately, though, while you're trying to focus down the Velcomer on one side, you very much squeeze down the tank pool for yourself as well. So we're going to have to see what Phoenix Riding Amethyst decides to pull out of a bag. Sorry, as mid-drink. Muradin, good all-round tank. And Kalefish. No? Right. Next two from the side of last two from the side of Counterpick Stupid, what will it be? Unicycle, yay, going Sylvanas, and Rhaegar rounding out the composition. Good all-round healer. Sylvanas just good. I do like the side of Counterpick Stupid. There is some good potential for kills from them. So it'll be very interesting to see where they go with that. But Gingy Boy, what are you going to pick for the off lane? This can go either way at the current point in time. Just looking at both sides, very much can go either way. Deathwing is always an interesting one. So if it works with Phoenix Rising, this really works well for them. However, in terms of a general composition, Counterpick Stupid definitely has something more standard and something a bit easier to understand how it works, but Deathwing can always be a big surprise no matter who you are. So what I'm going to do is change back over to map view screen, and we're going to see what we've got coming up soon. 2, 1. Wave clear, that is true. Deathwing does have quite good wave clear. But Rhaegar, Sylvanas both have pretty good wave clear of themselves. I imagine we're going to see Unstable Poison or Unstable Toxin, I believe it's called, from Sylvanas. But Amethyst does well with it. Gingy Boy does well with it. Deathwing does well with it. Tychus can do well with Grenade build. Oh yeah, and Junkrat. Junkrat also does very well. Alright, let's swap into the game and see how this goes, shall we? So, on the side of... Yeah, actually no, now you say it, Deathwing got free. Yeah, they've not really got the best ways to deal with it. Because Sylvanas' percent damage doesn't work on him. Anyway, we can see Falcomer is on Joanna, Zephy is on Hogger, Dr. Evil 12. Of a Junkrat, Wits and Rhaegar, and Unicycle Yay on the Sylvanas. So the other side of things, we do see Gingy Boy, Deathwing, Eternal Blue is on the Muradin, Zergpern on the Tychus, Steph with an F, Calfus, and rounding things out, Little Barrister on the right wing. Yes, we can see there has been a full rotate bottom, but it seems to have been predicted by the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. What I would like to see here is actually Counterpick Stupid have all 4 members bottom and then have Hogger double soak, which not going well for Zephy so far. Nice little explosion here. Wits in, bites in, doesn't pick up the gems. Joanna's gone up to briefly chase off Zergpern. Yeah, and what they just need to do is, get that Hogger in the lead with rotation. If Hogger can start getting rotation down and getting into a decent spot, then they're actually in a very good place to actually make sure they are getting a macro advantage. But this means you've got a lot of play that needs to come from your off laner. You need to make sure they're not going to go down to anything weird, as they will be your main coin carrier. Speaking of which, we see Valkymet just walk in, pick up 6 gems, and walk out by popping Unstop. Bottom lane, Unicycle Yay is going to be using that black arrows to turn out the gates. And we can see them running away, leading them down to where Witsend is. Witsend's like, mate, please don't. Gingy Boy goes to check it, realizes what is happening, and we may see rotations coming out now. Yes, indeed we do. Gingy Boy jumps in. Unicycle Yay taking a lot of damage in process. We can see him backing out. Valkymet is going to go in, but change their mind. Right. And you just give it up just like that. But without forgetting, we should really bring up talents before too much more happens, because 4 members out. Oh, all 5 members out. Nice! Insta-Quench from Wits End. Dr. Evil getting hit with a hammer, but not even a stun occurring. So in terms of things, we do see it's going to be Journeyman's cooking Hogger, so going into that W build. What else do we see? The only other quest to really know is going to be the Mana Addict. Oh, Zephy's in trouble. This is what I mean. If Hogger gets in trouble, they are going to lose a lot of gems, because that is half the gems roughly. So far, Witsend has come up to give a nice little heal to Zephy. Nice. How nice of him. Right, talent's being picked, level 4s are all through. We do see Subdue coming out. We are just getting a quest Hogger. Can't we? Brute Force and Journeyman's cooking. Interesting. Raka, hello. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Unicycle Yay gets hit by a grenade. Maybe not what they want, but does Haunting Wave out at the very last moment. Now, the only other quest to note that has been picked up here is going to be Master Assassin. Oh, nice point by Campbell onto Valkyrie. Valkyrie does pop the Iron Skin. Doesn't Spirit Bomb. Plays around everyone well enough. Oh, Unicycle Yay has found Gingy Boy. Gingy Boy has found everyone else. You realistically want Hogger to go on camp soon, yeah? Because it's like, you can see them here, you need Hogger to do this one as well. There's the trash pile, there's the spin. That somehow worked out, despite it going a little bit south. Meanwhile, we can see Witsend and Valkymer both doing their due diligence to clear. Eternal Blue doesn't quite have the clearing power that these two have. But we can see they are slowly trickling in gems, just so they're not going to be in too rough a spot later where they can make these risks. Oh, Zergpern did very much want to throw a grenade at Witsend or try to stop them from getting that turned in, but they are able to. So we can see there is a little bit of a... It's pretty close in terms of turns-ins, actually a little bit in favor for the side of Phoenix Rising, for Counterpick Stupid, I believe. But Phoenix Rising Amethyst also in still a pretty good spot all in all. Yes. Blind coming out, grenades. Gosh, Junkrat is such a fun character to play into, isn't he? With his W's and his E's. You go all over the place, or nowhere at all. So 10s are available. Oh, turn-in is available, I should say, for Can't Counterpick Stupid. Hogger being the... Actually, no, Hogger got rid of most of it. Sylvanas? Yeah, no, it's actually relatively spread out across the full team. But realistically, it mainly needs to be Zephy and Sylvanas. Unicycle, yeah, getting things in. But... in saying that, Phoenix Rising Amethyst has been very on top of making sure that turn-in can't happen. They have been keeping an eye on everything, making sure no one is missing from map for too long. We can see the turn-in slowly happening. Top Dr. Evil has the last one. Valkymer storming it out, Witsend storming it out. Witsend gets jumped on, blinds coming through, stun coming from Valk. Witsend gets to live. Ooh, relatively close for the dog there. Rhaegar barely getting to survive. And Sylvanas once again having a Deathwing thwart their plans of doing that bottom camp. It really is not allowed to do bottom camp with a unicycle, yay. And they are at least unstable toxin, so it's not really the camps you need to worry about. You're not that mercenary queen. Again, I don't like everyone pushing down here. I think I'd much prefer to see them pushing top, even if this is like your main lane you're running in. Just because, well, top and mid are both more important for two reasons. Top is your boss lane. Mid, you get very big control of vision. We can see there was a large rotate out bottom, which gate has been opened up. And we see the rotation coming mid now. And I heard a phase shift coming top, I believe. Yes, I did. Black arrows turning off towers. So we're just playing a little bit of a smart game of Heroes of the Storm. And interesting enough, we see garbage fire. I thought we would have seen compound dynamite. I can't quite remember what the level 7 is called, but the 7-bit makes W split into 3 Ws if you hit it with your Q, or do an extra W or an extra E if you do manage to land the dynamite directly on top of someone. Might it look like Kael'thas had 2 traps under him? I don't know. But it is silence traps as a side note, so it is definitely going to get annoying for people such as Definitely F or Little Beerista as time goes along to really start moving around and getting that heals off. Because one well-timed Junkrat trap, and I think Brightwing may actually just get stuck if they're trying to phase shift. Has to be very well done though. Oh, Witsend Unicycle Yay wanting this building. Unicycle Yay has a lot of gems on them, so I don't think they want to quite have it. Ancestral Healing be used onto Witsend. Oh, Witsend is going to be able to escape. Mind Control point blank coming on out into Eternal Blue as well. But they do actually manage to finally cap the bottom cap after Deathwing has forced it so many times. But speaking about heroics, we do see it's going to be Ancestral Healing and Mind Control from Rhaegar and Sylvanas respectively. Also, Joanna has that Blessed Shield. Riptide Junkrat rounding things out is going to be the Loot Horde, or Hordepolt, I believe. Yes, Hordepolt from the Hogger. On the other side of things, we do have Blink Heal Brightwing. We do have Kael'thas making up his mind. That is going to be the horrifying Bellowing Roar, sorry. Deathwing, Commandeer Odin, Tychus, and Avatar Muradin. Oh, flight coming through just a little bit too late from Gingy Boy. He wanted to get some extra damage in there, some of that slows in, but wasn't able to do so. And there we go, we see Phoenix from the Kael'thas. And we see Deathwing has snuck away to get a turn in. Ooh. Hogger goes flying in. Muradin, however, is going to be... Oh my gosh, poor Muradin. Doesn't even get the jump out. Gingy Boy at least goes 25 in, so he can fight without being too concerned. Kael'thas getting a decent bomb spread, but ultimately is going to be fine. Steph with an F sneaking away. Oh, Valkymer, are you going to realize in time? Didn't even need to happen. They got the turn in at the end anyway. Oh, Zergburn. Oh, look at the bright side, Beerista. At least you didn't phase shift in there, because that could have been a bit dangerous. But very good defensive play from Phoenix Rising. And, okay, CCS, you do know that it isn't quite your Web Weaver phase, right? Oh, trap stopping Muradin in his tracks, very unfortunate. Gingy Boy getting very aggressive into things. We do see the Molten Breath coming on out. But ultimately, they're not going to find anything with it. So CCS just playing a very defensive going into a defensive mode. Which a lot of teams do start falling apart when they have to start going onto this defensive style of play. So I have to see how the team does. Oh, Iron Skin pop by Valkymer. Staying out a little bit too long, taking a bit too much damage for their efforts. No ancestral healing. What's the Valkymer are just going to be patient with each other. Just slowly heal up. They're just giving mids. I don't think that was necessary, but apparently it must have been. Oh, good catch on Stefan F. Stefan F has 40 now. Blessed Shield, a lot of damage. The 40 gem man is your goal. Nice. I was going to say nice. Horrified by Gingy Boy. That bellowing roar does so much. Oh, but it looks like Zergpin's in trouble, but that is a nice Riptide from Junkrat. Getting a good 2 free-man hit. But that's no gems lost, and only for Brightwing... Oh, no, not even Brightwing. Only Tychus going down. But it does appear that CCS has turned in now. Unicycle, yeah, you have 26 gems. I'm going to remind you of this. They want to step in, but much like 26 on Unicycle, yeah, Stefan F has 40. Oh, good stuff on Eternal Blue. Eternal Blue is backing out. Definitely landing right on top of things. Valkymer, you're in the same spot as your damage dealer. You really shouldn't go down here. Iron Skin popped and broken pretty quickly as well. Witsien just making sure they can get the heal off if need be. No Ancestral needed, thankfully, because no Ancestral was available. They do have 13's advantage. You see camp being picked up over here. 1 gem needed. Oh, Gingy Boy has all of them. Stefan F getting those 40 now. Oh, polymorph onto... Yep. Joanna Biela getting the Iron Skin off in time, but they're not in a position to really... Hammer hits! That's the problem. Fortunately, Unicycle Yay was close enough to pick them up in the end. So those 30 gems, while were dropped, were not lost. And that's a back-to-back turn-in for the side. Yeah, at least nothing was lost, I was going to say. I hope the good guys win. Yeah? I don't think there's necessarily any team that is the good guys, unless you mean the blue team. Otherwise, I don't really have any favorite team here. I'm always interested more in a good match rather than any single team winning. Oh, concussion mine coming out. That's it. Look, little Bearista does blink on out. The stun barely finds the Alchema. Blessed Shield up in 10 seconds, so we are just kind of working towards that. Big aggression coming on out. This may be a mistake, though, as you are pushing into a fight when you have a Web Weaver pushing you down. And we do see they do back out eventually. I keep finding Eternal Blue, just seeing them trapped every other second, just going, oh, yep, they're stuck again. Oh, nice dodge on the Deathling drop. Subdue finished by Joanna, but Valkymer now stuck in the middle of things. I would say that's worth. Oh, Unicycle Yay getting Ancestral. Nice hammer onto Witsend. Witsend is going to be holding on as well as they can. But I don't think it's going to hold out as Eternal Blue went down to 173 health, but didn't quite die. So while there was a good early game from Counterpick Stupid, they are struggling a little bit this mid game. And now we see a boss call coming on out. A boss call did come from Phoenix Rising Amethyst, but all the way bottom, there was a Hogger sneaking the turn into where even I didn't realize it was happening because I was so busy focused on what was happening top. Zephy does see everyone coming down here, so they realize now was the time for them to leave. I really don't, actually. I'm not sure what you mean by good guys at this point, sorry. I'm guessing the blue team, but there's no team I fully support. Yeah, outside of just... I support them... That's a bad way to phrase it. I support both the teams to play a good match. Is probably the best way to put it. Now we do see there's going to be a good push coming out top for the side of Counterpick Stupid as the building quickly gets burnt down. The thing is, I don't think you get to be here much longer. You do still have a pretty healthy Web Weaver in saying that. Unicycle Yay has 50 gems. Gingy Boy looking to fly in. Cataclysm up in 6. 5. Yep. So they are just going to play it safe. Make sure they back out and don't lose too much ground. Just very safe play from both teams. So Deathwing is doing pretty well so far. I'm going to have a look at everything. Just go, yep, these are our builds at present. Critterize on the Brightwing means people die much easier. Deathwing does have that extra survivability with that elemental plating. Oh, Eternal Blue goes for the jump on. Doesn't quite find Velkham, however. As Velkham did pop the unstop. And now turn-ins are available for the side. Can't Counterpick stupid. Nope. I don't think you're going to get away with that, but that would have been funny. Eternal Blue has been tagged. Oh, Unicycle Yay actually got their gems in, so they're going to be very happy to not be carrying those anymore. Falcon are getting in their 5. We're playing very, very loose for Can't Counterpick stupid. They're playing very around the mat. In terms of stats, just looking at those real quick while we have a little bit of downtime. Good siege by Hogger, good siege by Deathwing. 93k compared to 88k. In terms of hero damage, pretty even as well. Junkrat actually almost 35,000 compared to Tigers is 28,000. And I can't really check too much else. Oh, Deathwing is going to fly in. There it is. Horrifying coming. Witsend does get around it in time, so everyone was horrified the wrong way, unfortunately, for this side. What, Chris? Ah, yeah, that's my bad. Forgot. Oh, good kill onto the Kale Fist. Junkrat Reptile getting a very good kill. Oh, meanwhile, up top, Unicycle Yay is having a little bit of a scrap with Zergburn and Eternally Blue. There's a nice little Junkrat trap there that is very hard to see, actually. Zoning out Eternal Blue. Oh, they are going to escape in the end. Blind. All Web Weavers are still up. Most are half health. The bottom one's nearly dead. I should say, then 2/3 are half health, one dead now. But they are just going to use the... what's Sylvanas? Black arrows from Sylvanas. Sylvanas' trait to slowly burn this building, or quickly burn this building down, and actually have a pretty sizable wave there, but one Tychus grenade does do pretty well at burning that. And it looks like we're setting up for an immediate boss play as we see it spawn in. Very quick on the boss play, and they didn't really have vision here, so they've really just got to get here and hope that they are not actually doing the boss. If we see Eternally Blue, Eternal Blue is set up. Oh, Dr. Evil, did you really not see that? There we go. Velkham's goal is now stall, but we can see the boss being unleashed. Eternal Blue jumps in. Zephy realizes what's happening, stays in as well, but they are losing health quickly as they are stuck in the middle of things. They do spin off. And that is going to be boss taken by the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And we can see it's going to be Witsend going down first, Hogger next. Velkham taking a lot, but they are stuck. No way to get out. That is a lot of gems dropped. And that is potentially a boss and turner for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. That may be the end for Can't Counterpick stupid, but we'll have to see, won't we? At least Sylvanas and Junkrat are still up. Those are probably the two best ones to kill this boss. Oh, Junkrat is spread volley by the way, as we can see all the grenades going everywhere. Go for Web Weavers. Slay the blue team. Yeah, the throw pit exists. It's always very questionable to do that when there are 5 enemy members up. But yeah, that was definitely a risky play. But I have to say, very good for Muradin to actually go around the long way, be patient with their rotation, because it meant they were able to get vision, and the only reason they were spotted for the briefest of moments was because Junkrat walked into the bush to throw a mine in one and a trap in the other. But otherwise, yeah, that was definitely a... wow, came into the stream right in the middle of row. Welcome, Jack. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, not ideal to say the least, but it isn't the end... Valk was technically in a good spot, but I guess if you're looking here, maybe you should have been in this bush instead of these two, because this you can at least see when either side comes in. I think they just pulled off wanting to team fight, but they weren't expecting the opposite team to step in. They weren't expecting Phoenix Rising Amethyst to step in, I should say. But they're doing well, pretty well defending this so far. 20s are for both teams. See big red button, infinite bombs. All shall burn. Stood in the fire. Fury protected from Brightwing. It's going to be bigger button and rewind from... You got to mine the point. Yeah, that is correct. It's probably... No, Junkrat couldn't because he had just placed mine a little bit prior. On the other side of things, by the way, we decided that we do see Farseer's Blessing is going to be blinded by the light. Dark Lady's Call. extra oomph and rounding things out is going to be the Horrible upgrade, which I don't know if it's what's called, Secret Stash. Yes, it's slowly walking down. Now imagine we're going here. Yes, we are. Yeah, but as Mick Giblet said earlier on in the map, right at the beginning of the series, it was very well played by... Definitely was a very good pickup here, just because he kind of eats the Junkrat traps. He doesn't really have too much of a major threat on the board, and he can wave clear pretty well. Can't remember where Deathwing was. You know what? Neither can I now you say it. But Deathwing definitely doesn't help. I think Deathwing catted in. I think Deathwing catted in, then was like hereish. I don't know. It was a messy team fight either way. But we can now see Siege Camp, Bruiser Camp being cleaned up by Counterpick. But at least they got rid of that major one in the middle of the actual mage itself. This is probably one of those times where I would have liked to see the big Az trap coming through. Just because it'd be very interesting to see that minus armor reduction onto Gingy Boy. Or the Muradin, because that minus armor can do a lot. What 20s were taken, I'll bring that back up for you, dear Mainski. Mind Control coming out, hits the Deathwing. Well, yeah, you still get your free stacks of trait. I can't remember what the trait's actually called. You don't really get too much else of it. You don't get Mind Control. Oh, Eternally Blue has been stuck there for a while. Velcoma did complete that quest early on. And that is actually a very dead Velcoma. Unfortunately, Joanna did not give her Ancestral on them in time. So now we see an push being called under the tower itself. Zergburn going into that Comedy Odin form. And we may see an end call here coming out from the side of... Ooh, Riptide coming out and having to be blown early. I think Dr. Evil wanted to blow it up on more targets, but seeing that jump in from Eternal Blue meant they had to pop it. And Farseer's Blessing being used. That is one heroic down, but interesting we see the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst back out. They had time. It would have been very reasonable to get this middle building. But no, we are going to get into one of these longer Tomb of the Spider Queen maps, so I'm going to have a drink of water. Beautiful heals, Bear. Yeah, Bear is doing very well in Bear heals today. There have been a few times she's fallen just short so far, but I guess she's just warming up. It is your first map of the series. You can expect there to be a little bit of a warm-up period for both teams. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Sorry, still drinking. So what is the point? Oh god, not again. I just see Muradin just lurking down there. We can like center it here-ish, can't we? Yeah. This is what I don't trust at all. But it looks like they're more just watching it. See, this is where it probably would have been a good point for Joe to be. Boss is being started. But oh, that boss gets burnt down fast. Not even to keep taking... No! One keep on the right side, but yeah. Very, very interesting way for going for Phoenix Rising Amethyst to not get it. Riptide going in. They've scouted with Riptide. Riptide goes down. That's unfortunate. Yeah, they don't even step into boss. They just concede it. Which now we can get a boss to pretty close to turn and for the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. So we've got a lot of pressure on... Oh, nice concussion mine, especially because the Eternally Blue did actually hit the hammer itself. So if Dr. Evil hadn't done that, who knows what would have happened. Albeit they may not have died because the team was pretty spread out. Mind control from Unicycle, yay, not quite finding anything yet. And literally, Gingy Boy just eating traps for a number 2 incoming. It is possible, but didn't quite happen. It was possible, didn't quite happen, I should say. And here comes the Cataclysm. Flying in on over. Jump in from Eternal Blue, they do have an extra jump range. There is the peeling from the Dark Lady's Call, that mind control upgrade doing so well. It's such a short cooldown. Unicycle, yeah, steps in the corner, starting to heal up. Velcoma getting very low, it has to back out the long way. Horrify coming out, that is a good fear onto our Zephy. Velcoma was the one who got the ancestral healing on them, but that is going to be one kill. But the core is dropping, keep it in mind, they can't just chase kills, they need to turn around. Riptide used onto the actual objective, or not objective, the boss itself. Gingy Boy is the only one to have stayed and the rest of the team escaped because Sylvanas is getting the cleanup all the way up there. And Gingy Boy is going to be one going down, so while the double throw throw number 2 was incoming. Just wasn't going to have a boss but we expected. And I imagine we're going to see the CCS team just march at top and take it there. Or at least that's what they should do, I should say. Just keep going, guys. Just keep going, guys. You don't dilly-dally with wave. I know you're missing Hogger, but you have a full health tank. GG being called by Gingy Boy. Yep, they know what's coming. Interesting for Junkrat step in first. Yep, they step on out. Yep, Valkyrie needs to be one taking the shots. Because you can afford to lose your tank, you can't afford to lose the rest. Let's go PRA for flying solo. Yeah, unfortunate there. Core is going to be close, but yeah, that is... Oh, it's pretty close, but no, it does go down to the end. Which is very fortunate to happen then, because you had lost your Sylvanas and quickly we're losing damage on Core. That is going to be the first game of the series. Barely going over the side of Counterpick stupid. Well, let's go over to here. So, in terms of stats, actually kills are in favor of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, but in terms of everything else, we do see it was 58,000 damage was the most for the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, 58. But Junkrat 75,000, Sylvanas 63,000, both doing a decent amount of work there. In terms of siege, we see Sylvanas 170k thousand compared to most on the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst with Deathwing 155,000. Soak, however, goes over to Hogger and Deathwing at 17,000 respectively. In terms of healing, Brightwing 110,000 doing an excellent job. Rhaegar 86,000 still getting quite up there. Just some unfortunately mistimed heals at times, but definitely super close. The closest map I've seen this season. One of the closest maps I've seen this season. In terms of talents, so I know everyone loves looking at a little bit of talents. It was interesting to see a melee Deathwing. Not often you do see it nowadays, but hey, we do appreciate it nonetheless. Other things to note. Not often you see Joanna going full Q at 7. More often you see some form of move speed, usually the W1. But hey, since Expo does well into things such as Brightwing, who wants to get these phase shifts off, and Holy Fury as well. Also less often seen. But it still has a situation where it can be used. And Valkyrie obviously knew far more than I did. The brothers did fairly well, but Valkyrie had a lot of deaths. Yeah, 4's not that bad. Definitely not easy, but not that bad. Hogger makes sense. Interesting to see Junior is cooking without level 7. More often than not, you see Trait at 1. Melee definitely brings sense as a bruiser versus a mage. Yeah. It definitely does. But I also don't play Deathwing, so thank you, Rock Your Worlds. Also, welcome, Rock Your Worlds, Raka, Kaden, and Nullius, because I did not see you before. Yeah, everything else I do like. So let me go back over to this screen here. But I do not know what we have in store next for the teams. We'll find out soon enough, I suppose. I don't even know who's choosing map first, but I know it is going to be Phoenix Rising choosing one. Well, what they choose is a question. They did go with map pick after the coin toss. That is something to remember as I do a big yawn. But definitely is something to... Not going to be this one. Wave, good to see you again. Thanks for casting. Yeah, no worries, Rock. Ugh. Man, I'm tired today. Don't know why. I've done nothing for like the last week, but I'm very tired. Very good point you're making, Raka. I knew what you meant, Rock. Don't worry. I knew what you meant. Oh, I feel like Tank's supposed to die. Well, it's ideally supposed to happen, like, obviously not dying is preferable, but in extended team fights, the tank should be in a position to soak with damage for anyone else. Yeah, that's true. Tank soaking damage is actually very important in a lot of instances, especially under things such as core and such, because you need to survive things such as... You need your damage to survive to actually do damage. Your job is to let the damage have as much time to do that as possible, and your damage gets a lot more timid once they start taking, well, damage, funnily enough. I don't know if I can say damage more of that sentence before it starts sounding more nonsensical, but we were getting there. Fortunately, we didn't get all the way there. But the question becomes, what shall we see from our teams? Is it going to be... I'm feeling Infernal. I'm feeling Infernal Shrines coming on. I'm not happy about that one. I was like, that's not it. That's someone has just joined the Nexus and nearly clicked on something that wasn't going to be correct. My guess is Infernal. I don't want it to be, but it is. Oh gosh. I am very tired. Ah! It is Infernal! God! Yeah. 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 I was waiting for this to happen. Infernal always rears its ugly head eventually. To those of you who don't know, I do actually like Infernal Shrines. It's a map I do very much enjoy. I have, however, casted it a lot. So I enjoy playing Infernal Shrines. Casting Infernal Shrines was just like, again, really? We're going to keep doing this, aren't we? It looks like the team's also going to have a quick bio as well, so we'll wait for them to come back. So I can stall a bit longer, I suppose. Not a fan of stalling, but I can do it if... Why Infernal? I think just... So, Raka probably has the stats, more stats than I do on this. Infernal Shrines, I believe, is the most played map in general in NGS across time, across divisions. It's the most played map by a long shot. So while I do enjoy playing it, it's kind of a thing of if you do something a lot, you get burnt out from it. And I think it has been like two-thirds of all games I cast has Infernal Shrines. Maybe even more than 2/3. Honestly, it is a lot. But eventually, let's say 7 out of 10 times. Let's say 7 out of 10 times Infernal Shrines is in a series that I cast. Which is more than any other map. So when you see it a lot, you're like, oh, it's this again. It does happen, but... So yeah. That's my assessment of this map. All casters hate Infernal. See, Raka knows. The less played a map is, the more liked it is by casters. There is a nice relationship with that. Less played in the game, the more liked it is. The more played it is in each series, the more we have to cast it, the more like we're like, oh, this again, come on. So yeah. As much as I bemoan it, I do still enjoy playing the map itself. So I'm still looking... So I'll still look forward to see what the teams can do. But I will just bemoan and complain about the map in general. So it looks like both teams are ready, and so am I, so we shall be getting into it very shortly. And I still have some, like, food stuck between my teeth, I've just found out. So, a little bit... People may go like, that's a bit much information, but I'm like, nah, it's just food. People eat food all the time. So the countdown has happened, so we shall be getting into it very shortly. When the game decides it is. It's always when the game decides we're actually going to be in the game. You can't just click the start button. No, 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 no. There we go. So. Bands. Are we going to see the same bands? Now, I feel like one team bans Garrosh here because they don't realize... Honestly, the team forgets to ban Garrosh here because they don't realize, well, Garrosh can't actually throw the shrine minions. A lot of people don't realize that. The minions aren't throwable. Which, well, you're a bit annoyed as Garrosh when it comes to the actual shrine stuff, going, why can't I throw this? It does extra damage. You're also like, oh, wait a minute. it means I can't throw them. It means I can just throw anyone else, which is always fun. So what is the first ban going to be is the question. Deckard Cain. You know what? That is a very good one on this map to ban out. Very good area to... You have a lot of area covers for CC on those objectives. You have good healing. Where's Yawn? A lot of healing if you can get there early. Yeah. What next? We may see the variant again, in all honesty. Stukov being banned out. Very reasonable ban on this map as well. And a win ban. Oh my gosh, no healers allowed. No fun. So a healer pick will need to be prioritized. Joanna banned out. Yeah, healer pick looks like it's going to be something that needs to be prioritized by both Wits End and Little Bearista respectively. And we can see Vala actually picked up first unicycle, yay. Holding no bars, going, let's bring it. Let's go. We've got this. Countdown starting. What's the first two? Blaze, imagine the off. Actually, it's blue picking up Blaze. It may be Tank. We may see it swapped to offlane as that is still an option. And Little Bearista is once again on the Brightwing. They did well on it before. Why not do it again? But imagine we're going to see like healer tank picked up here for the side of CCS. There's Rhaegar. What next? Hogger from Zephy. This is probably one of the better Hogger maps as well, because you can just kind of spin. And it becomes a difficult thing to deal with. Counting down. Cho? Why do you ban Cho here? Ah, I want to know why, but I cannot know why for a while. What next? What shall it be next is the question. Leoric banned. Okay, that is going to be our final ban of the game. We were at series. That was also a harder question. So, what will we see first? What shall we see first? For this side of things, CCS did last year. Oh, well, there you go. Tigers and Junkrat. Oh, very annoying damage. A lot of potential damage coming from Phoenix Rise. For Phoenix Rising, yeah, that's a lot. But what will Counterpick Stupid come with next? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, choose. Thank you for following, Moonlight. Garrosh and Malfurion. Oh, yuck. Gross. Yucky. Garrosh run to Malfurion Sleepy Root is going to be a nightmare. It's definitely not something easy to deal with. It's definitely something very annoying to deal with. But it is something that can be dealt with. Never understood why people call a game a set and set a game. Well, some people refer to maps as games. But some people refer to the set as... But set is usually more than one map. A set of maps makes sense. Also, yeah, we do see it as Offlane Blaze. Diablo picking up on the main tank. Did expect more swaps. We also see Zergburn and Junkrat switching around as well. Steph with an F swapping around as well. So just everyone swapping but Brightwing. Yeah. I would refer to the set of 3 maps as a match or a set, but I would refer to as a game as a map, typically. That's why I don't like the usage of game as in the terminology, just because it is something very nebulous sometimes. Right, but let's swap into the game, shall we? Gingy. I'm sorry to tell you, Chris. Gingy is not the tank anymore. Gingy is the offlane. But right, in terms of heroes, we do see there's going to be Velkoma on the Garrosh, Dr. Evil 12 on the Malfurion, Unicycle Yay, Vala, Wits End is on the Rhaegar, and Zeph. Wait a minute.
10 seconds.
It's just occurred to me. There's 2 healers. And Dr. Evil 12 on Malfurion. Zephy on the Hogger, by the way. On the other side of things, we do have Gingy Boy, Blaze, Eternal Blue on the Diablo, Little Beerista on the Brightwing, Zergpern on the Tychus. And rounding things out, Stefan F on the Junkrat. Oh, look, everyone's top. Oh, Gingy Boy. Oh, no, Gingy Boy. Oh, no, Little Beerista. Little Beerista really squeezes out, but Gingy Boy does not get the same luxury, and that is a Blaze going down. Yeah. The big question mark for me here is the double healer comp for the side of can't counterpick stupid. We have a Malfurion and a Rhaegar. So what, Rhaegar is your offlane? Oh. Velkoma gets shoved. Zerpern has the... Oh. Nice toss on Eternal Blue, putting him away into the corner. He is like we get... Oh, well. Okay, it is double... It's going to be an auto attack Vala as well. So, hyper carry Vala and just a lot of healing for them. Rhaegar is lightning shield build as well, so they can go the offlane if need be, but we do have Hogger. Oh, nice stun by Blaze. Good Freeman. Wits End getting very low. It's staying up. Unicycle Yay is going to be fine all in all, but we do see everyone backing out. Velkoma getting relatively low. Nice stun by Gingy Boy once again. Gets their revenge. And that is going to be a Garrosh going down. Other things note in terms of stacking. Well, we see Auto Attack Vala, we see the Lightning Shield Rhaegar, and we see the W once again on E once again on Hogger, I should say. No, that's W. Wait. Yeah, W on Hogger. W is the easy for a Dynamite. E is the spin. No quest on the other side, however. Just the Diablo baseline. How's it Unicycle? Yeah, it's the only one up here now. The Gingy Boy is just chasing them off. Meanwhile, bottom, we do see that everyone's dealing with that siege camp there. Garrosh and Dr. Evil is dealing with the mid camp. I was very curious to see how this goes for CCS. But PRA is doing very well to make sure they are in a good position to fight. And the big thing is, how is the team gonna deal with Blaze? Blaze is such a big stun, such a good push in. Where, well, you can stun, 3 people almost go, oh no. Good oh wait, Gingy. Okay, Gingy Boy learned he knew not to go down that corridor again. But he is still in trouble nonetheless. Good stun onto the Gingy Boy. No one's here to stop this route out. Yep, and they can see that is a good charge out for Gingy Boy. Gingy Boy gets to live. I don't... Oh, what food do I like to eat? I'm really into Turkish currently. I really like Turkish, like, kebabs currently. That's currently my favorite go-to. Fish, oh, and I do love cooking with fresh fish. Fresh fish is really, I find really good. Oh, Velkoma. He's getting there. He's not there in time, unfortunately. We did see Gingy Boy spot them, but the rotate was just a bit too slow for the side of CCS. Eternity Blue showing their face. Velkoma wanting to throw, but no, it's just pushed out. Infinite. Oh, Hogger did not quite have the infinite spin. They did try for it, but they didn't quite have it. Yeah, that was a very good escape by Gingy, but no one was cutting off their charges. That was really the problem. Unicycle Yay does roll out. They want to be very cautious not to lose their stacks. Yeah, fish tasty. Oh, nice throw by Garrosh. Eternal Blue is like, wait a minute, I shouldn't be over here. And we do see the spin coming up from Hogger again. Does look to be... No, they have gone the same way at the same time. They've lost it the same way at the same time. And, almost just be nice to them. I think they see that English is not their primary language, so it's a bit harder. Oh, Junkrat, unfortunately pushing Unicycle Yay out right as, players being to charge him, but that's looking to be 2 quick kills now. They're just needing a few more, but they're not able to get it. 2 more. Zephy trying. Nope. Dr. Evil wants to push it, but no one's able to step in.
Red team has summoned a frozen.
Fish is tasty. Jump coming out from Protector. Punisher. Oh. Oh no. That's not how you want to lose a Gambit stack. Oh, they actually hit the wall as well. Dr. Eve was like, wait a minute, I don't like this anymore. Oh look, Chris, don't need to apologize. English is not your first language, I'm not too fast. Or at least you said it's not your strongest language, so I'm not too fast. Right, but yeah, we're getting some very good rotates coming up, Phoenix Rising, Amethyst, but keep in mind they did have a good mid-game last game round. But this is Heroes of Storm, anything can go wrong. And really, the last team fighters decided, oh, shove coming in, Eternally Blue isn't quite able to get there, the Sleepy Root coming out, stopping 2 of them, so they can't quite get full in. Flash talent so far, yeah, sure. I haven't done it a little bit. Oh, we have Concussion Build Junkrat, okay. Well, Concussion Mind Build Junkrat, so Concussion Build is definitely what I've run currently, because, well, as people do know, I got a concussion recently, well, not recently anymore, I think it's like a month ago, two months ago? Yeah, 2 months ago now. But yeah, this has definitely been a rougher one for CCS. They're trying to get me to stay up later than I want to. I'm gonna cook dinner soon. Nope. Eternity Blue is told no. Sleepy Root going out there to make sure no one's coming through. Apoc being dropped, but that was a little bit of a misstep in terms of the Apocalypse itself. In terms of other heroics, we do see his Blink, Heal, Brightwing, Bunker Blaze, Riptide Junkrat, and Draken Laser Drill from Tychus. But I guess you do need Tychus to deal with Valkymer. You do need a minigun to deal with Valkymer, I should say. And as much as Zephy wants to do their camp, they know they're down 10s, they can't take that risk at present. And I'll keep up the talents a little bit longer as, what am I trying to say? Oh yeah, I'll leave the talents up a little bit longer, as 10s should be coming through soon if I can't Counterpick stupid. Well, interesting, we have Bite Build Rhaegar, or W Build with a Bite Rhaegar, so definitely that normalized thing. Auto attack build Vala slowly building up, but not quite as much as they would like, I believe. Oh, good taking building here. Do like this. You saw everyone on top, you knew you had the time to do that. And what we can now see: Rain of Vengeance, Decimate, Ancestral Healing, Hortipult, and Twilight Dream. I would have actually liked to see Bloodlust. I think Bloodlust may have been for play here. But no, it is not one picked. We do get Ancestral Healing anyway, but I guess that really fits into the theme of keep Vala alive. Keep Vala alive as much as possible. Oh, Unicycle, yeah, hits him with a Q. How dare. Blaze is not with the team. You actually have a nice window here if you're a CCS to really get a kill. Valkymer getting the slow, does get the toss. Eternally, oh no, Eternally Blue. Oh, Brightwing, you face shift from the root, does manage to cleanse the sleep off himself, but Eternally Blue is going to take a lot of damage in the meantime, but Zephy is going to be one, barely holding on, no, Ancestral doesn't quite go off in time, just a few milliseconds off. Valkymer backing out, we can see Unstock coming out, we can see the throw from Valkymer, he throws Eternal Blue the other way as well, so they are able to all live, and Ancestral goes off in Valkymer in the end. Very unfortunate that Witsend didn't quite have the heal onto Hogger in time. Definitely, that's what, maybe the second time it's happened now. So I think Witsend is just getting a little bit, notice they need to get a little bit tighter on it now. We can see now Objective very comfortably going over to the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, but we can see in response there is going to be a heavy push into mid. I can't kind of stupid as Diablo slowly makes their way here. Oh, the Soul Shield does so well to keep him alive. But it does look like we are going to get CCS backing up and to defend objective. Meanwhile, bottom. Yeah. Our Lord and Savior Bear. What? What? Don't even know what you mean by that. jump coming out of Valkyrie by the way. Oh, Eternal Blue going straight over wall, but keep in mind this is not a Frozen Punisher, this is a Mortar, and those buildings are still on. That's a dead Diablo. And we now see the red team going, Phoenix Rising Amethyst going, maybe not the best place to be anymore, let's go. Death save 2. What? Brightwing God? Yeah, Brightwing's doing very well hitting it. Oh no. Water Bolt used by Hogger. They don't have this spin up yet. Oh, yeah, there it is. Never mind. And Hogger gets to live. Hey! Hogger is wonderful at just living. I'm just watching. I'm like, yes, good game, yes. Oh my god, Diablo. No amount of Brightwing phase shift can happen. Can do that one. Oh, Berry stuck right. Yep, got it. Never mind. I was like looking for Rex. I was looking for Misha going, where's Misha? But no, I see what you mean now. Yep, Berry is doing very well. Oh, nice stun on to Zephy. Zephy getting answers this time. Witsin making sure to not make the same mistake the third time. And then now we see them pushing into bottom once again. But that's not the lane where it's happening. You want to maybe get mid down a little bit. Diablo should be back soon enough. But yeah, this is definitely going to be a close game. The double heal is actually working out alright for Counterpick Stupid. But when we get to these team fights, it does seem to struggle a little bit. There's that missing AoE damage every now and again that you really want on these objectives in particular. Because while Vala has very consistent damage with her auto attacks, is a very good damage output. She isn't the quickest of damage outputs with that build. If you go Q build, you can kill people very quick off Garrosh Throw. Because you know where someone's going to land. You're going to know they're going to land at that route and they can just die. But auto attack is very much a hyper carry mode, which doesn't always fit with Garrosh. They really like their matching mounts, don't they? Oh, they know what's going to happen. They've sensed it in their bones. Oh no, Zerkbin. Oh, the Sleepy Root catching free. But the Junkrat Reptile doing so much damage, but that's too late. Someone is already down. Nice knockback by Zephy, doing an excellent stun there. Interesting bounce, actually. Unfortunately, barely the corner there. Unicycle, yay, thought about going in further, but did not do so. But that is a good kill by Velkemir. And unfortunately, a bush not checked is usually a bush you are going to die in if the tank is around. If a Garrosh is around. And that's a nice double camp pickup for the side of Counterpick Stupid. Fortunately, Tychus is back, so Phoenix Rising Amethyst aren't missing them too much when it comes to this objective phase. But we can see Velkemir is very much sharking, or as one of my friends would say, bulldogging to make sure they can hold a space and threaten any throws if need be. But that is mid-objective, top building, sorry, going down. Mid-objective is coming up. Right, 6 sets are almost through for everyone, so I'll close it not too long after. Oh, Diablo at least can take it. Oh no. Little Beerister gets thrown in. Sleepy Root goes out, but there's a nice charge and blink heal by Brightwing, both dodging it pretty instantaneously. Velkemir is sitting up the top, just spinning at people. Dragon Laser Drill being dropped. No, I don't think that Root sleeps for drill, I'm going to be honest with you. Oh, that is a good dive by Eternally Blue, but Witsend does get the Ancestral on them eventually. That is a lot of damage coming out. Dragon Laser Drill barely out of range of everyone else. Riptide being dropped by Junkrat. Root on Velkemir, meaning they can't really stop it, but they do live in the end. Nice double slam once again. Little Beerister is getting very low. Does go down. There we go. That's 1, 2 kill, 3 kill, 4 kill, all just in quick succession. And the only survivor is Steph with an F. But even Witsend was going, maybe I can kill them, but backs out in the end. Obelisk, I showed it literally just before the objective. I'll bring it up again, but I showed it literally just before the objective phase. But yeah, no, Beerus is doing pretty well in general this game. But much like last game, this late game is starting to see a turnaround. And this is where we really need to see CCS equalize and gain the advantage, because it has been such a difficult time for them thus far this map. Right, you've had enough talent time, it can go away again. But it looks like they're just going to push as much as they can. I think they can get this mid keep, but they don't really want to push the pressure much more. Nice jump by the Punisher. They just back out. I think legitimately they could have gone to this building. This building I think was theirs to take. They just need to stay a little bit longer, they would have had it, but no. They're going to do the safe play, back up, and it is open for if they get another few kills. Bottom. We're just playing very safe rotations. It is, in terms of structures after that objective, is slightly in favor of can't counterpick stupid now. They were definitely behind before, but they have made it so they're in a much better spot now, and they're actually able to take control of the map, which is something they're able to do for the first time this map, actually, just because it has been such a rough one for them. Valkyrie are holding very aggressive compared to the rest of the team. And we can see Eternally Blue. Ooh, what are we thinking here, team? Attack bottom. I say honestly, if you're can't counterpick stupid, you'd almost want to go mid, but no. Actually defending here makes sense because we see the next objective is bottom. This is the closest fort to it. You want to keep that tap advantage up for if we get to it. Oh, Zephy knocks away Eternally Blue. And keep in mind, they're not the chittering traps as well. It is going to be the concussion mine build for Junkrat. Every now and again, this wave gets pushed up more and more, and Phoenix Rising need to be onto it. They don't want to lose that structure that easily. Once again, we can see everyone is top. Well, two people are top for the side of Phoenix Rising. No, not Phoenix Rising. Well, can't counterpick stupid. Phoenix Rising is going to look for an invade. Oh, Valkyrie was in trouble for a brief moment, but did pop the unstop and were able to get out. But they're making sure to do their bruiser this time before any cheeky invade can come on in. They're not wanting to die to Garrosh throw because someone didn't check a bush again, so they're being very onto it now. We can see they are checking these bushes. They are getting on top of things, so Garrosh cannot set up early for it. And 10s, or 20s I should say, are through for the side of can't counterpick stupid. We do see Elemental Conduits. Secret Stash Hogger, I do remember it now. Life Bloom on Malfurion. Hey, Life Bloom Malfurion, Farflight Quiver, Vala, and rounding things out is going to be the Deadly Calm Garrosh. So minus 40% damage for 3 seconds. Which this is what makes Decimate so strong. You're very much playing for 20 if you're going Decimate. If you don't think you can get there, Decimate is not a good idea. But we have to see how Valkyrie does with this Decimate. And speaking of Decimate, they are still needed for the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. And Valkyrie has been found. I don't think he has it. Maybe he does. Oh, good stun. A lot of stuff is coming out now. Dr. Evil holding on as much as they can. Little Beerus to front end. Vala barely misses the no, heavy. Yep, good. Well, that is a free 4 kill once again. Blaze stuck in the middle, and this could just be an in-call mid at this point for the side of. Alternatively, they can also just run at bottom with the objective itself. No, it looks like they're going mid. Oh, that camp got top. Look at it go, but that's maybe not be enough to race the enemy team. Yeah, looks to be GG as what was a very good start for the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst just slowly dwindled away. GG's called by Eternally Blue, and we can see the game. And the series goes over to the side of can't counterpick stupid. GG to them. Right. Let me change this over to this team 1. Let me go into this screen here. So, as we can see, in terms of siege, Hogger had 113,000 compared to 152,000 from Blaze. Hero damage 40,000 Vala compared to 44,000 of Junkrat. Bavala was still scaling. They have a slow start and eventually pick up. Healing, 60,000 Brightwing, 57,000 Malfurion, and Soak, 17,000 Hogget, 16,000 Blaze. So the offlane is very much doing the offlane job. On the other side of the coin, in terms of talents, everything kind of makes sense. I know Velkhmar does like this Decimate, Deadly Calm thing, and yes, it did work out in the end. So I have to say, no, despite my sarcasm, I'm purposely throwing in, very well done by Velkhmar to kind of manage their... They know the character far better than I do. Yeah. Otherwise, Tychus, very defensive build. Junkrat, I do love W build when it gets the chance to fly. It really does go, but there's a lot of pressure coming out of Junkrat constantly. I'm going to throw myself in a lobby to see if anyone wants to speak to me soon enough. But yeah, otherwise that is a very well played match from both teams. Again, Hogger has this build that I don't see very often with Hoggers, but it has worked out for them twice now, I suppose. Even if they couldn't quite get the infinite bounce on those objectives. Right. At... Oh, what's the team called again? Can't. Oh, sorry. See if anyone's willing to join me. Why did he just Ragnaros sound with the... You know, see the Ragnaros just saying no? I always call these interviews, but it's not that good. My quote interview end quote is not great. It's more just like, oh yeah, I got like a few questions for you. Because I got to get better at the actual asking questions about itself. So we'll see if anyone joins us soon enough. But yeah, those are the talents for anyone who are interested. And they all more or less are standard outside of it. Junkrat, Concussion, Mind Build, and Hogger quests at 1 and 4 respectively. Especially with 4, that one we don't see often at all. So let me swap it over to the game summary screen. And if anyone comes in for CCS, I won't be able to tell because I can't hear when that happens. I've just changed from one screen to the exact same screen. So let me change it over to here instead. So as we can see, it was a 2-0 in favor of CCS in the end. They did take both. They didn't have map pick either time. They had first pick both times and came away with the win. Even with tank trucks coming out map number 1, even with the aggression coming out for Phoenix Rising Amethyst map 2. But we can see that the Shrine minions can't be thrown by Garrosh. There's always something to mention. It seems like we're deciding on tribute for who is to join me, so we will have someone soon enough. But who will that be is definitely the question. I don't think they throw me Velkhmar again. I've already had Velkhmar once today. I'd be like, oh, Velkhmar's had his fun. Let's throw in someone else. My guess is it's going to be Zephy. My guess is Zephy. But yeah, 2 good maps so far. I'd love to. I do want to know if they were planning on Cho'Galing again. Because obviously, as someone said in chat, they did do it last week. And it is going to be Unicycle Yay joining us. How are you feeling after that series?
Pretty good. Kind of sweaty. It was very intense down to the last second for sure.
I do have to ask off of that. Were you guys planning on Cho'Galing that second map?
Were we planning on Cho'Galing? Are we supposed to give away our secrets?
Okay, fair enough. You don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want. But it is for double healer, something you guys plan to play often, because that is something I've been seeing more and more this season.
Yeah, from other teams too. Just a lot more double healers.
In general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was something that I don't know. We've been wanting to try, and we like some variety on CCS. It appears so. Yeah.
I mean, if there's no patches to the game, you got to somehow keep things spicy, right?
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of heroes that exist already. You can still get a bunch of unique combinations out of what's already here.
But right, let's actually go back to map number 1. Tomb of the Spider Queen. You guys had a reasonable start, but then it actually started to get quite difficult for you. Things such as that Deathwing, eating the Junkrat traps, not really having any major Achilles heel on your team. What was kind of going through your guys' mind as you're getting to that mid game and actually getting a lot of pressure on you?
Yeah, the Deathwing definitely gave us problems with the I mean, yeah, you already gave the answer. Yeah, eating a lot of the stuff that Junkrat can do, and then us not having really any solid damage to kill him. I think our best bet was he played a little. The Deathwing did play a little forward, so I think we were able to get some damage. Like while we weren't ripping him apart and killing him, it was just we got just enough like poke on him to make him back up. We just had to take fight slowly, right? We couldn't go in and delete anyone, so it was just like, okay, we have to kind of wear him down and bide our time, and then when it looks good, then I'll find someone, get a get a blessed shield on him, get a mind control, right? Get a quick combo on someone, and then go from there.
Yep.
But yeah, it was definitely they made us work really hard for.
Was Velkema feeling the love with that first map? Because I think 2 bans off the bat straight on them, and Velkema is going, okay, I'm just gonna have to pick Joe before anything else happens.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's always nice to see. It always feels good when you get the bans on you like that. But yeah, they definitely respected him, and I know Gary's a menace, and he's really good at Gary. So they didn't want him on that. I can't remember. Was the second ban? Was it Fair? Who was it?
It was Garrosh Vin Varian.
Okay, Variant. Yeah, I mean those are tanks he plays, and he does them well. So I can see if they're if they're scouting, that seems like a fair thing, especially on a small map like that, right? Like there's those narrow small rotations. They just didn't want any of that.
Yeah. So I've got to know, who made the boss call when all 5 enemy people were up?
The shot caller made that call, and we all went with it. That's the good thing, is that we didn't. Well, in my mind I was like and I may have made an audible like I'm scared sound, but I didn't like formally counter call it. No one else did. So and in the end it's on all of us. No one said like, no, let's not do this. So he called it. We went, we did it, and then we were close. It got low health, but yeah, as soon as they showed up, we were like, no, we should have done this. We should have either baited or just not come at all. Something else, but. Yeah, definitely the morale sank a little bit at that moment when they took it, and we're like, why did we do that?
But I guess the morale must have shot up then not long after they suddenly all started dying on your core.
Oh my god, that was terrifying. That was another boss play, right? That was the one that we like threw dumbly, was when our keep was up, and then when that one was on our core, that was another boss play.
Yeah, that was another boss throw. It didn't quite happen on the actual boss pit itself, but it did happen on the core with the boss.
Yeah, that was wild. That was another time. I thought it was over. Obviously, I don't give up until the end screen pops up, but I was like, this is not
good. Just trying to ascertain that it was Velk who made the call.
Okay, it was. I said shot call. I don't know.
I don't know who your shot caller is. I just accepted like, oh, maybe it's you. That's why you're not wanting to say.
No, it's the opposite. I don't want to throw someone under the line bus,
Fair enough. That brought us to map number 2, Infernal Shrines, where while you did have a relatively good start by boxing and Blaze and killing him, things got much harder after that for the early game. What was kind of your headspace going into that kind of mid-game, trying to make sure you guys were okay with how you were in that general game state of the mid-game?
I think it started off with us being, because we got that kill there, and then we had our offlaner go bot, and then I think we were a little unsure of when we should go back to more of a normal, right? Usually you don't have you're like, if you're gonna have dual soaking, maybe top mid, or maybe do bot mid, but we just had Vala in the top, solo laning kind of for a little bit, and then Hogger in the bottom. So we had a kind of a weird like map, and then we layout, and then after that we kind of figured out what we wanted to do, and it was. I mean, with the double heal comp, it's especially Vala hyper carry. There's a lot of scaling that goes on, and so just the mid game was definitely a little rough. We were just trying to, honestly, we had a pretty good idea that it was going to feel like, especially with I mean, Diablo just has a ton of health, and with 1 DPS, even if it's a strong one, that just takes too long, and we can't dive. So we know, like, hey, if we're trying to front to back here, it's gonna be 15 levels of it being kind of rough, and then we hit 16 with Manticore, and then front to back is gonna start working really well, and then it was just something that we knew we had to. I think our morale was still decent high, even though it wasn't feeling good, because we knew going into it like that's how this comp is gonna kind of feel. Like it's not gonna be popping off at level 1. So we just have to we have to just die as slowly as possible, lose as little as possible, try to hang in there with the XP, and then turn it on when we hit 16.
I feel like a lot of people don't realize as well, Garrosh can't throw the shrine minions.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very fortunate. I feel like a lot of people don't respect that about Garrosh. They don't play him enough to know of it. The Shrine Minions are like one of the few unthrowable things for him. So they just kind of got tossed. We can see that did result in a few kills. And I do have to say, it was very crisp on the actual throw root combo between Valk and Malfurion. It did feel practiced.
Yeah, it was awesome. I actually don't know how much if they've practiced that because I'm new to the team. This is my first. I know CCS has been around for a very long time, but this is my first season with them. So some things I'm still learning as well. So yeah, I see some combos get ripped really well, and I'm like, I feel like you guys have done this before.
this feels like you've done it a lot. But no,
yeah,
I don't really have
good.
any other questions, so I'll leave it open to you. If you have any other things to say about the series, anything to say you're looking forward to for the rest of the season, any shout-outs, the floor is yours.
Alrighty. Yeah, definitely excited to be playing another season of NGS. It's always a good time. It's good sportsmanship all around generally, and we're looking forward to playing the rest of the teams in C West. Definitely a lot of familiar players and people I've played with and against before. I definitely shout out to the other team, GG. It was a lot of fun playing them. If you guys are listening, you guys give us a huge run for our money, and we're excited to. See, hope that you guys do well as well. And thank you so much to you for casting. It's always a pleasure to get a game casted, and it helps with the community and stuff, and I appreciate it a lot. So thank you for casting. I think that's all I have.
No worries, but well, I will let you go then if that's all you have, because I need to cook dinner soon. So I wish you a very good rest of your evening.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right, see ya. Bye-bye.
Right, chat. That's going to be really it for me. I'm not exactly hungry, but I know I need to cook soon anyway. I am going to be raiding Alicia Wins. Alicia was on a team with me last season. However, that team kind of fell apart more or less by the end of the season, so I'm a free agent. And she is just a generally very good person. I very much enjoyed the time I did spend with her on that team. But that has been it for me for now. It was a very good 2-0 by the side of Counterpick Stupid. And I have to say, that score does not really reflect how it actually went. The game was very close up until the last moment. But that'll be it for me, the Line Bus. So to everyone, I wish you good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you're on the world. Because time zones, well, they're very weird. But I'll see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye, at least, for now.